There.
It's the button. I'm like,
See that intro? On my end, it was all like choppy and R2D2E. So good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of Fae News here on Fae Productions. I am your host, Fairy Queen Lolly, and tonight I am here with Lady Ashlanera and Ion the Leprechaun. And
I
for
do
the
the do neighbors.
very first time, we are welcoming Catheris Icethorn to the screen. Welcome. Representing the Unseelie, big time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Your Majesty.
You are most welcome. We should be joined by WeiRd here in a little bit. Oh, I see a WeiRd down there. We'll see how his connection does for us tonight. But guess what I have tonight, you guys?
What?
Guess what I have
An
tonight?
agenda.
Oh, yes. You got it. It's not a lie. The agenda is not a lie this evening. I'm so excited. So first things first, everybody, please like, subscribe, and leaf the bell. And in case you are new here and don't know what I mean by that, what I mean is ring the little bell for future notifications of our shows. We just I just got bored way early on in doing the channel of ringing the bell every week. So now we just do different things to the bell. This bell has suffered much under our creative adverbs. So, yes, like, subscribe, and leave the bell. And then, of course, I want to give a shout out to tonight's show sponsor, who is the Crochet Fairy, and they thank you for being one of our Patreon vendor patrons. And the Crochet Fairy is a magical being who makes crochet goodies and goes on magical adventures. Many of these items are geared towards LARP, and you actually can find several of them in Fairy Apothecary as well as online, of course. LARP being live action role play, but geek and nerd culture. You can find the Crochet Fairy on her website, and she offers free shipping for all orders that are over $35. And I will say, for those items, of course, that are in our store up front and in person, please remember this month that if you donate food for our food drive, it can be canned or boxed goods. If you donate food, you will get 10% off your purchase in the store or online all month long. And plus, it will contribute to the Magical Academy house competition. So I spent a whole bunch of time yesterday updating the Hedge, our Discord server, so that everybody could give themselves their own house roles and represent. So I know that I am House Wisteria, and Catheris, you are
Ebony.
Yeah, House Ebony, and Ion, you are
Oak.
House, and WeiRd.
Wisteria.
You're
I'm
Wisteria too. Oh, you guys are outnumbered tonight. But I'm just gonna say, I expect the two of you down there. We are one can ahead of all the other houses, so we obviously need to have a much greater lead, because if you're gonna do it, you got to go big or go home. Oh no! Look at who Ion has. Yeah, he has eggnog.
Eggnog.
Oh, eggnog.
Look at him. He's my fuzzy beans. Oh,
Eggnog
no.
felt the need to attack some wires, so I picked them up.
Have you tried putting them in your hat?
No,
No.
I can pull the kitten out of the hat.
Mhm.
Oh, then it would be a cat in the hat.
Yeah. That would work.
I don't know. He might like it. We have a picture of him in my hoodie. I wanted to share. Let's see. Where's my little button? I gotta find all the right things. Somewhere in here, I had a little, what do you call it? A chart. I made a chart using
High
all
five.
of the
High five.
human technologies.
High five.
Is he doing it? Is he doing the high five?
He was doing it. He was giving me high fives.
No. Let's see.
Oh, smart
That
kitty.
is not good.
I've been working on teaching
okay, don't worry.
every time he goes to raise his paw, even though I know he's trying to play. Instead, if he just raises one paw, then I put my hand out and I say, high five. That way he learns that the one paw is the high five and the claw hand is the play hand. And in this way, I am going to teach my kitten how to do high fives.
It's wonderful.
He's my little fuzzy beans. Okay,
Yeah.
somewhere in here, I know that I posted. Let's see. I'm trying to find in our Discord. I'm trying to find my chart for the food drive, and I can't for some reason. Oh no, I do not know where I posted it. It's in one of these channels, and I just don't know which one. Well, I guess that's what I get. Let's see. Projects, maybe?
Yeah. And how long is the
I don't
food
know.
drive going on for?
Food drive is going on all the way until the end of November.
Okay.
There's 2 ways actually to enter. And you can take your food and you can donate it at whatever local food bank as long as you get a receipt, and then you turn in your receipt so that we can see proof of how many items you donated, and you would submit the proof of that actually. Oh no, whoa, YouTube, be quiet. You would submit that actually at this link here. I will pull it and give it to you because I have it handily available. Unlike the picture of the chart, I will put I'm going to put it in the chat on YouTube, and then I will also put it in the chat here on all of the Facebooks and whatever. So this is the link, and it will just ask you for basically your name, what house you are in, how many items you donated, and then a picture of your receipt for the donation, and then I will count that into your house. And then at the end of the month, whichever house has the most items donated, I am going to make buttons with our button maker that we have that have your house crest on it. And it will be the very first things that we've made on our button maker. So that's kind of exciting. And it better be my house, guys. Just saying.
Yeah, because I have a box of mac and cheese, which I'm not going to eat. It's Kraft mac and cheese, and I don't really care for it. I mean, I bought it when John and I were together, but we never ate it for whatever reason, so out it goes.
You know, I'd be a little afraid actually to be somebody who was one of your exes, because I would imagine that you would just run them through with a sword. I actually really haven't properly introduced you to everybody out there beyond YouTube and Facebook land. Catheris is actually our sword master for the kingdom, and she is the one who teaches us all of our stabby ways on our first and third sword practice Fridays, which we have been doing now for, I guess it's like 2 months now we've been doing it. So that's pretty cool. And actually, if you tell everybody a little bit about your training, if you will, because you have some pretty cool training for that.
Yeah, so I started with Asian swordsmanship, particularly Kenjutsu, which literally translates into art of the sword in Japanese. I started with Kenjutsu and Kendo, and eventually I picked up historical European martial arts, or HEMA for short. And I played a little bit in SCA and learned rapier and longsword, particularly German longsword. And I also started playing with Washington Midsummer Renaissance Fair, where I teach rapier and longsword. And from there, I joined Snohomish Dueling Society, where I'm learning military saber at the moment. And right now, I mean, I still do all of the aforementioned groups except regular kendo dojo practice. I'm in the process of looking for a dojo at the moment, but I still do the HEMA and haven't done SCA as of late because I've been busy with work in grad school, and I meet Snohomish Dueling Society every week and every Friday or so, or every other Friday, is it? But anyways, for sword practicing, for boffer practicing, I mean, I teach the basics of sorting, starting from the pillars of swordsmanship, according to my mentor, Robert Childs, amazing swordsman, by the way. And those 3 pillars are footwork, balance, and last but not least, swordsmanship. I mean, it's all the same whether you're using a great sword, whether you're using a saber or a boffer, armed sword combat. It's all the same. It's been practiced for centuries, I mean, and across very many different realms. So something is working. So that's pretty much it.
People are dying. Something is working.
Mm.
And so speaking of swords, I'm going to swap you out here actually with Ion, because I would like to hear a little bit about how the sword demos went at Oddmall this weekend.
Oh, well, we got to share some sorting experience with some of the people that came, and we informed them about our practices and stuff. Quite a few people wanted to battle it out with each other. A lot of siblings getting out aggression. Yeah.
I love it.
But that was actually my selling point for when I was handing out flyers. I would hand people flyers and invite them to come hit each other therapeutically with sticks.
Yeah, fun for the whole family.
That's right. And then
true.
Inevitably that would lead to one or more of them to want to duel those of us that were there demonstrating, which turned out to be less successful for them usually, but it was fun.
Yeah, when people are there to learn for the first time, you are not supposed to bring out full level aggression on them. You are supposed to go easy on the new people.
I did not.
And you say that exclusively for me. Oh, I see how it is.
No. It's best not to be aggressive when you're using a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here you have compliments to the hat, by the way.
Thank you. Proud of myself.
Kranzan 64.
Oh, that's funny. I would have said that Kranzan. And you said Kranzan. How is it actually pronounced? I don't know. I read it and then I immediately thought like zesty cranberry juice. So I was like, that's why I was in Kranzan land.
Like saying crayons.
Like cran grape or cran grape or cran raspberry.
Cranberries and Tarzan.
Mm-hmm.
Tarzan, cranberries and Tarzan. That's right. He's swinging through the jungle looking for cranberries. I was thinking when you said the thing about coloring, I was like, oh no, here we go, full coloring, or like full circle back to coloring books, because that's what we were talking about right before the show started. We were talking about the advent of black and white coloring books. and one crayon coloring books where everything in the book is brown, so you only need one crayon to be able to color the whole book. You don't have to worry if you can't afford more than one crayon, which I think is kind of hilarious. But you were going to show us actually some of your stuff. What do you have there, Ferris?
Oh, yes. So first, I mean, this came yesterday, my Dune coloring book. And the first page
Cool.
I've colored is the Bene Gesserit Litany Against Fear. And I've
Yes,
colored it in
John
blue for a
Pier.
very good reason. I don't know if you all could see that.
It
It's
looks
also a
great.
little bit of practice into calligraphy.
Yeah. I like
And
that
yes,
this is the very first thing in the book.
mm-hmm. It's one of the first pages, and it's the first page I colored for that reason, because of
So
that litany.
I guess that this really means that we need to actually start having coloring book nights at the store.
I'm down
That's
for
what
that.
that would be very awesome. And then plus if we get it set up in there, eventually we can live stream them, and then we can color with everybody on Discord as well as everybody who is present in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
All
And I
right.
also got the Court of Thorns and Roses coloring book.
Let's see that
And
one.
the first page on here is High Lady Fair.
Wow, did you color that?
Yep, I
Oh my
did.
god, it
That's
looks so
amazing.
Yeah,
I
and
am. You're
I'm
way
still
better
Get for
colorer
working
than
staying in
me.
the
on
lines.
with the quill too.
I mean, I have coloring books, and it would be like I have a little Prince coloring book, and I have
Ooh.
several coloring books from the fairy artist Herb Leonard, and they're all kind of in the Muka style of art.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Do you guys have coloring books? Voivode, do you have a coloring book?
If I do, it's here somewhere, but I have
Ion,
no
you don't have
idea.
a coloring book, do you?
I don't, but I have a coloring app on my Pixie box, so that's kind of fun.
Really?
Yeah.
That's I did not know that you did that. That actually makes me so happy. Oh yeah, Erwina. All right, you also have a color. What about you, Lady Ash? Do you have a coloring book?
I have a dragonfly coloring book someone gifted me.
Ooh.
I can't remember who gifted it to me though, and I feel bad about that, but I do have a dragonfly coloring book.
I'm really liking the idea. So the two things that we need to actually add to events in the store are our Magic the Gathering Commander nights that you have agreed to host, Ion, and then coloring book nights. I think that's such a great idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Something like this could get me back into the loop with Magic the Gathering, because I haven't played since undergrad days, and I'm intrigued with the commander decks.
Oh, so the commander format is my favorite, partly because of the wide variety of things that work. So,
the interesting thing about it is it's unless it's a special card, it's all singleton, which is basically you just have one copy of up to 99 cards, and you have one character as commander, which is interesting. It's definitely a fun format, and I think it's a lot neater because unless they're on the banned list or you have a Rule Zero talk with your party, you can use cards throughout Magic's history. So you could be as much use the phrase, you could be as much of a dick as you want, or you have fun. And most people like to have fun. So I think it was me and Phoenix that got you into it, Ion, wasn't it?
No, well, you got me into well, I guess into Commander. I'd been playing Magic since its beginning, but I take long breaks. My favorite format used to be what they call drafting, which is to say,
Yeah.
you open a pack of cards and then you take one and you pass it to the next person, and you get a new pack of cards and you pick one and you do that, and then you build a deck out of all the cards that you end up picking, and that is still a very fun format, because it frankly doesn't matter how rich you are, and that's kind of where I liked it.
I have to edit your name, Ion. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, I never played Magic competitively, but to me that's not super imperative or important. I just like to play and vibe.
Yeah,
and plus it's fun.
Commander is great because of how social it is. It's a multiplayer game, and it's so you could chat and have fun, and games.
Being not a Magic player myself, I've just tasked you with collecting all of the fairy fantasy cards, like elf cards, imp cards, fairy goblin cards. That's it, so that I can just have a collection of all of the card art. Because I don't actually.
Would you like a fairy deck built for you? A Commander deck?
Well, I mean, but if it was a deck, then that would mean that.
Did you see the new, they're very whimsical, they're like forest creatures?
Yes, Bloomburrow.
Yes, I want the cards just to have them. I don't want to play. I just want to have the cards. They're so pretty.
I have a few.
Yeah, for the art.
Like, they're so pretty.
Like, I have this one that's called Wick the World Mind. He's a rat wizard that summons a snail.
Oh no, that's so cute.
What's the name of those cards?
Whenever a new rat comes onto the field, you can buff up your snail.
Yeah. I love it so much.
Ashley Mira, what's the name of those cards?
I think I answered they're called Bloomburrow.
Oh, Bloomberg.
Bloomburrow.
Oh, Bloomburrow.
It's all bunnies and squirrels and raccoons and small forest.
They're amazing. I've seen so much of the art, and I just want to own them all.
Oh wow!
My favorite.
That way, that's madness.
Happens to be a bunny.
Oh, I'm looking at them now, and my God,
They're cute. They're
I'm speechless.
I like what's my favorite one? It starts with a B and it's the Haymaker. It's a bunny. Balon the Haymaker, something like that.
Yes, I've seen that one. There's another one that there's another one. It's like a minor card. It's not like a commander or anything, but it's called Jacked Rabbit, spelled that way, and it's just got this picture of this rabbit with, like, I think it's like a wolf or something over its shoulder, and it's just this massive jacked rabbit. And I kind of want him, but no, I've got a couple of Bloom Carrero cards too. There's like a bunch of them that are really cute.
So I guess when you guys come over for my birthday in a couple of weekends, you need to all bring your decks, because staying up till strange hours in the morning playing, commander decks seems like it's become I don't know if it's old enough to be a tradition, but it has definitely become a kind of a habit, like what's a word that I'm looking for to go here? Routine is not exactly the right word, but it's like a habitual thing you guys do now whenever you all get together.
A tradition.
MTG.
Yeah.
But it's funny because after Bloomburrow came out, they put out a set called Duskmorn, which was their horror theme. And the whole thing around that was so in Magic there's a bunch of different planes, and a lot of different characters can travel between the planes. Well, Duskmourn is a haunted house.
I've heard of that one.
Demon. Yeah, but it's gotten so pervasive that the entire plane is now the house.
Ooh.
And it actually the set follows like some 80s horror tropes, some other different types of horror tropes. Some of it focusing on the 80s, but it's funny because a lot of the boxes for the set look like a TV with static, and of course Duskmourn, House of Horrors.
Mm-hmm.
So that one thing I think came out in, I think that was around Halloween, so appropriate for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about that plane business, any character that travels to the Bloomborough plane gets turned into a small woodland creature.
Aww.
So like Jace
Yeah.
and Bloomborough is a squirrel. I don't remember. He's a small woodland creature. It's this famous planeswalker.
Yeah, there's a character. There's another planeswalker that's very angelic, and she's turned into like this little mouse, but still got this resplendent regalia like she normally wears. It's just she's a mouse now.
You guys are really making me want to go read Mouse Guard when we get off of the show tonight. I just want to like lay down and read Mouse Guard. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do, but it's making me want to do that.
I think that's actually Mouse Guard was one of the inspirations the designers said that they used when they made Bloomborough.
Yeah, that.
So
Redwall,
you'd be hitting it Redwall, Mouse Guard. Probably a couple others that I don't know about.
I mean, I even like the name of it, right? It's awful cute sounding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, speaking of coming over here and my birthday, can I side shuffle our conversation that direction? Because I'm very excited, and we were just talking about doing the sword demos at Oddmall, which were pretty fun. And one of the other things we did at Oddmall, though, was for the very first time, we tried teaching people the fairy dance for the flash mob that we're planning to do at my birthday. And for the dance, it's the Dance Magic Dance. So, and I have a little video. Yes, and I wanted to show everybody the little video if you guys are all down for watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let me find it, and then we can do the thing. Let's see. Here's what I want. I want the window. I want. Look. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. Sometimes I wonder what you guys think, because I always talk to myself when I'm like dinking around, looking like just like it's like I'm making little noises to myself. All right, here we go. I think I've got it. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Where's the play button?
In the middle.
Yeah, in the middle.
You were almost there.
It's underneath. Oh, on my screen, I have a little menu that's covering it up. So, can you hear it?
Yep.
No.
Oh
No.
Can see it, but we can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No, there's no sound.
What'd you say?
There's no sound.
Oh my God, there's Ryan. I'm glad he had fun.
Let's see. So you can't hear it at all? No.
Nope.
No. Can hear you, but not the movie.
Where's the volume for this? Let's see.
It's. I don't think it's a volume thing. I think you have to share with audio or something like that.
Yeah. Also, it says that it's actually on. Well, that's weird. It says it's on. Maybe it's just really quiet. I can't turn it up. Well, maybe I'll try. I'll see if I can turn it up. I don't know.
Very quiet. I couldn't help myself.
I could kind of hear. I can hear something.
Ooh, I like her outfit. Oh, there's Bella. Woody. I can kind of hear it now.
Okay, you probably can't hear it just because it's quiet, but that's basically it. So
it's okay. We saw the dance moves.
Yes. Well, I was very excited because a bunch of people came out and did it with us, and that was very cool. And everybody's being so nice, and y'all are practicing, and we're gonna do it on Saturday when we are all at the carousel. And somebody actually donated $100 to me today so that I can buy a proper, like a big roll on the ground speaker, Bluetooth speaker, so that the music will actually be loud and everybody can hear it. And yeah, and then I also kind of started going down this little rabbit hole a couple days ago. I want to say it was on Sunday before I left to go to Oddmall. And I started going down yon little rabbit hole for the Guinness Book of World Records to see what it would take to actually make a record for a fairy flash mob. So there's a whole application process, but basically you have to first find out, has anybody done it? And the only flash mobs I could find were like the biggest flash mob ever, which was like 13,000 people all doing a flash mob. And then the biggest gathering of people dressed like fairies, which was, I don't know, somewhere in the UK, and I don't remember what the stat was. But it doesn't look like there is a record for the biggest fairy flash mob, which means I can apply to have it be made, like be a new record, and then we can get people, and like over the course of this next year, we can just slowly start teaching people everywhere we go, teach them the fairy flash mob dance, and then try to actually get a Guinness Book of World Records title for that, which would be awesome.
That would be.
That would be pretty cool.
So I don't know. I'm kind of that's where my little brain is right now. I'm like, yeah, we should go for a Guinness Book of World Records. That'd be very, I don't know. That'd be unique and cool, I think.
Yeah.
So
do it.
It looks like it's quite doable. So that's pretty exciting.
Absolutely.
And I should say also, because this just happened a couple days ago, we now have a photographer for my birthday. So photographer will take a giant group picture of everybody on the carousel, and then there will be private, private is maybe not the right word, but individual photo ops will be available for $20 per person that you just can pay directly to the photographer. I'm not taking any of that money at all. Just goes straight to him. And then you can get some individual photos as well. So I think that will also be pretty fun. And then if we want, we can go on the giant wheel. That costs $20. And then riding the I keep saying merry-go-round because that's because that's the goal, is to take it over and make it a fairy-go-round instead of a merry-go-round. Riding that though is only $6, so pretty inexpensive, and then we can just shop and do whatever we want to do after we do our flash mob, and it will be great. Erwinna has agreed to be one of the people filming us for the flash mob, and I think that Dorian has as well said that she will also film us. So since she can't personally dance, and so I don't know, I'm just very excited. I'm really excited. I just want everybody to be there and to see everybody's faces, and I don't know, just like have a good time being with people, you know. I just think that would be great, and I'm very excited that somebody donated some money to, because it's like $250 to get a pretty good speaker. So that's kind of a steep little investment, but then we can use it over and over and over. So look out, zombie dancers and the Hexen brute or the witch dancing dancers. Look out, because here we come. We're gonna fairy dance at you. And next year at the Georgetown Parade, we will have a dance to do. Since that's basically how all of this was invented to begin with. That's where it all started. So I feel a little bad. I didn't even ask next year you guys how your weeks were. I just sort of launched in tonight. So I think though I have covered.
Or we could go back to the Pickle Balls.
Yes, I was like, we haven't done. What am I missing? What have we not done? We talked about the Fae Foto Shoot, the flash mob, Pickle Balls. So the last time it wasn't mustard soda. What did we?
Oh my god!
What did we?
Wow!
Now that is intriguing.
I was like, no.
I really tried to find my pocket pickle because I wanted to.
Pocket pickle. Tell us more.
Yeah, where did you get those?
It's not 8:30 yet, so we're screwed already.
When was that? That was last year, right? No, it was this year. It was at Oddmall in what, April? Yeah, April 20th. Actually,
Oddball, whenever the last, so that would be this year.
April 20th.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
April 20th, when the kittens were born.
Kittens were born on 420. That's right.
There was a vendor behind where we were seated while we were doing the quest to get all the vendors' exposure and defeating Charisma.
Charisma, yes, like algorithma.
Yeah, and so we were trying to defeat the algorithms and corporations and get exposure to the vendors at Oddmall. And there was a vendor behind us selling pocket pickles.
Crocheted pocket pickles. I like this thing.
So,
yeah, go on.
Wally got a pocket pickle for me and Baroness Patience and herself. And Ion declined because he didn't need one.
That's right.
Oh no! Look at you.
It's not as racist. I'm not saying anything else about Ion and what he said.
What?
But anyway, so
remember what Ion said?
No.
Can I say it? Is it okay to say?
Yes.
He said he didn't need a pocket pick because he already had one.
Ion.
Oh, and he's frozen.
So they are quite literally little crocheted. They were little crocheted pocket pickles that are basically fidgets. So they're kind of like like the squeezy foam things or whatever. But when Ion and I discovered these pickle balls, I was like, the pickle balls would go on the pocket pickle, and that would be hilarious.
I'm not surprised you. I'm not surprised you thought that or even did it. You probably did it.
I know. I couldn't find my pocket pickle anywhere. I thought it was in my shiitake mushroom bag, the one that says like "Let that shiitake go." But
I love it.
But I looked in it and it was not there. and that makes me sad because I've now put it someplace safe instead of back into my sweatshirt pocket where it should be. That's where it was living until a few weeks ago, and now I can't. Now, when I really want it, no pocket pickle.
Shiitake happens.
That's right. So
Well, it always ends
anyway,
up like that when you've got something and you put it aside somewhere. Of course, your brain goes like, "Oh, I don't need to think about that anymore. Where'd I put it?"
yeah, that's basically what happens. So we found these. They're like go ahead, Ion. Oh no, are you frozen?
He's been
I
frozen.
think he is, yeah.
Oh no.
Looks very cheerful though.
Yeah, at least he's frozen cheerfully. No, well,
He's
we can't.
petrified.
I will show you what he's petrified. He's petrified of the pickle balls. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, we
let's
need a
see.
mandrake.
Let's see. To unpetrify him. This is what I'm looking for. So we found them. We were out shopping for foods, and then we found these pickle balls. Here's what they look like. But I'm gonna let him try them first, assuming he unfreezes here. I don't know what's going on.
You know, just if you didn't,
You're dropping your balls, Polly.
You're dropping your balls.
Yes.
Drop the ball,
ball
literally.
Have your balls in your lap.
I can't bend over. My liver hurts when I bend over. Oh. Well, it's actually
supposed to
really
happen when
more
you're
where they just
drinking?
like. No, I wish it was that, but no, it's more like where they stabbed me, which was right about here. So when I bend, it is right where the bendy part of me is. Okay, here we go. All right, Ion.
Yeah, I had to get stuck like that.
He's
I'm gonna make you.
At least they're a name brand kind of pickle, as opposed to like, you know, something you'd find at like, you know, Dollar General or Great Value.
Those look a lot bigger in Lolly's camera than in yours.
Oh yeah, also remember that Ion's hand is like this big, so
Yeah, it looks like I was like, Ion has gigantic hands.
So you're saying
They
his
smell
balls
like
look
pickles.
smaller
Are you
than
ready?
his hand.
And that's a good start.
They do smell like pickles, so which is like unlike the mustard soda didn't. Oh, here we go. Do they taste like pickles?
I'm gonna want to eat a zillion of these.
Because the last time we did chocolate water and then mustard soda.
Is it kind of like eating a salt and vinegar chip?
A little bit, yeah. Except those puffy cheese balls in shape and texture.
All right,
Does it seem like it's got like a cheese ball? Does it kind of have a little bit of a cheese ball flavor?
Ew, that'd be disgusting.
There's no cheesy flavor to it, but it's the same sort of corn sort of thing.
They remind me of the Grinch.
Okay.
I was thinking they're the Grinch's balls.
Or Shrek.
Put the Grinch's balls. We're 7 minutes away from 8:30.
A little small for that
kind
kind of
going anyway.
Oh, they're delicious.
That's what I said.
Oh no!
The look on your face says otherwise.
It does. Well, that's probably because I'm autistic, and my face and what's happening on my face usually has nothing to do with what's actually happening in my head.
Okay.
Yes, if you like salt and vinegar chips, you'll probably like these.
I do like those. My dad got me hooked on the vinegar chips.
I love
You should bring them to your birthday so that we can all try them.
Yep, if they make it. I mean, Ion's got the whole bag, and we'll see how much is left by the end of the show. Look at him; he's over there.
Well, we can get more. So, is it Countess Dorian Gale now?
Yes,
Countess
it is.
Still Dorian. Okay. Countess Still Dorian Gale. She ordered from the Pickle Factory Olive My Pickle. Olive My Pickles. Anyway, they make like artisan pickles, and she ordered an entire box of them, and our fridge is full of all kinds of pickles.
What is an
And
artisan pickle?
what is an artisan pickle? They're like raw, unpasteurized. They're very fancy, and there's like all kinds of flavors. And she bought like one of everything. So our fridge is full of pickles.
I mean, I like pickles, so I would definitely try like all of those. I mean, so far there's been nothing on the show that I haven't been willing to try, at least a little bit. So, I mean,
So
I would definitely do it.
since you said you like pickles, there's something a friend of mine tried. So take and apparently this is online. You take those like big plastic pickles, and you're supposed to cut them in half, hollow it out a little bit, and basically make that's the bread for your sandwich. And you just put things in it and eat it like that. If you're looking for like low carb, that is perfect. Yeah, I mean, I like sour stuff, but pickles themselves, for whatever reason, I don't like. But I would try that.
So I feel like
would.
I feel like it should be a meme, right? That says something like, "When I say I want pickles on my sandwich, this is what I actually mean." Like, the pickle is just the bread.
Sure.
It's sort of like how I want to try the deviled egg hamburgers.
Oh yeah, tell them about that.
So you hard boil your eggs and make deviled eggs, but those become the buns for a hamburger.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I think I've seen those. You're talking about it's just like the little tiny hamburger with the deviled egg mix on it, and yeah, I've seen that. It
sounds diabolically good.
Diabolically good. That's
no.
Right. I'll eat the hell out of those.
I sent a link to the pickle thing.
And don't hold back the sulfur.
There was also I think it first appeared online, like I think maybe last year, something like that, and it pops up every now and again. It's a picture of a pizza, with cheese, but all it has on it is just this solid layer of dill pickles. And it actually looks like they sprinkled dill on it too.
Oh.
And my thought was, why?
A pizza with like regular like marinara pizza sauce, then
regular
then
sauce,
nothing but pickles, and then dill.
It looks like they sprinkled dill, but it could have been something else. But yeah, it was just a layer of pickles. The thing is, though, the way the picture looks, it looks like the pickles were added on afterwards, or they may not have been. So I just can't around the thought of putting that in the oven and cooking it, and imagine seeing like just this dried up pickle, and like. And it's also one of those things of like, yeah. I mean, I guess you could treat it like, a shrivel up jalapenos, but
if you put them under the cheese, then they'll be preserved from the oven.
Yeah.
Grandpa's Pizza used to make a hamburger pizza, and it had pickles on it, and lettuce and tomatoes, and it was like a hamburger, but it was pizza.
Yeah, there's a slightly different. There's a local place here that has what they call a taco pizza, and it's just basically all the taco fixings. Yeah,
which is just proof that tacos are like the universal, like the best food ever universally. Like
we're talking about putting things on pizza. This implies that pizza is the universal food thing that absorbs all other foods.
No, because taco, everybody already knows that you love a taco, and proof that you can have tacos in any way, shape, or form is that you can even make them and you still love a taco.
Yeah, in San Diego, Taco Tuesday might as well be a Sabbath.
You look, Erwina is all about the dill pickle cheese pizza. No. I don't.
I'm telling you, you put it under the cheese, it'll be saved from the oven and it won't dry out.
Well, I don't think it would dry up anyway. I think it would just turn into a soggy pickle the way that they turn into, like, when you get like beer battered pickles, you know? And then you dip them in
that's why
whatever.
That's why I think they would probably, I don't know, pat them dry before putting on the pizza or whatnot, because becoming a soggy mess if they just took it apart, just like, it would be.
But when I put pickles on my sandwiches, I do dry them first, so my sandwiches become a soggy mess.
And that's not a problem. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, sometimes I'll do that with, like, meat or stuff like that, or even like I used to love shredded lettuce and just drizzling like some apple cider vinegar on it, and that'll go on top of my sandwich. It's really good.
I pretty much like vinegar all the time, so I definitely could go for that.
I'm a vinegar gal too.
I'm looking for a thing which is completely and entirely off topic. There's a place out in what?
It's my addiction right now. Oh, this
scorching hot Pringle chips.
Scorching hot cheddar Pringle chips.
They also have a sour cream one, and I've been addicted to these for like the last couple months.
Yum.
Literally one sitting. That's how far down I've gotten. It's just like sitting, and I'll usually I feel terrible about it, but also part of me is like, I don't care. I'll devour these usually 2 sittings. It's like, okay, I gotta stop or else I can, and then suddenly, I'll eat the whole can.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Do they have guac Pringles?
I don't know. There may be.
It makes me think that when you come out here, I don't know if you are gonna pass any of those places, because I don't know what route you guys are taking, but there is that weird candy shop that's on Highway 2 if you go over Stevens Pass. But maybe you guys, because we have what we want to taste test next week, our weird things for next week's show. But then after that, we don't have anything weird or strange to taste test. So it's time to start finding weird, strange things for us to taste test. And that candy shop is out there, which has just that's where we got all of the that's where we got the like the corn soda, the grass flavored soda, all that crazy stuff a while back. So I would absolutely eat guacamole.
Grass flavored soda.
I love guacamole. So yeah, that was one of the things that we tasted.
Eat the guacamole.
Soda.
Eat the guacamole Pringles with guacamole. Big brain.
Ooh. Yeah.
We're all like,
I love avocado.
We've all eaten already. Why are we talking about food?
I definitely ate right before the show because I didn't want to wait all night. So I had 2 chicken cordon bleus. I am looking for.
I pulled a Deadpool and had chimichangas.
I had a bacon and olive pizza with white sauce.
What?
I had chicken wings and mac and cheese.
Lord Voivode will take all your mac and cheese, Catharis.
Mhm.
But
We had
now I
chicken
feel like you have a box of boxes, and you're gonna put all of them into the House Ebony box for your donations, and then we'll all be behind.
Right.
I will I will I will say this as somebody that does like mac and cheese. Store brand mac out of there. The only box
What'd you
mac and
say?
cheese is Kraft mac and cheese. Well, store brand mac and cheese, like the Albertsons or
yeah.
Kroger's or whatnot, suck. Kraft mac and cheese is the only boxed mac and cheese. But baked mac and cheese is also better.
I'm not really a
Yeah.
big mac and cheese person, period. So I'm sort of with Catharis on that one. Like, it's not much of a thing for me. But moving on to this topic here, this is that I have pulled up on the screen. As you guys can see, this is the Fairy and Fantasy Fair. It is taking place in Victoria, Canada next year. Obviously, the date right there, April 12th, 2025. And I'm bringing this up because it looks like I will be going up there to be their fairy queen, and will have been invited to also. I have negotiated to bring fairy court members with me so that we can roll. And I wanted to just share that with you guys. Like, mark this day off. It's just a 1-day little event. It's indoors, and they're gearing up towards doing bigger events, but this is their very first one. And so it's indoors, and I'm excited to go and do this new event, which is, I don't know, sounds like it's going to be very cool. So I wanted you guys to make a little note of it on your calendars, and I need to know who would be interested in rolling on up to do our fairy courtly thing. So yes,
Not having traveled outside of the U.S. And Canada being just north of us, to cross the border, do you still need your passport?
No, you just have to have one of those special licenses.
Gotcha.
So one of those.
I thought you needed the passport card, but not the book.
What? I don't know what a passport. I mean, I just have a proper passport, and then one of those special IDs that you get, when you go out and you go down and do all the questions. And what is it called?
Enhanced license.
Real ID or enhanced license.
Did they change that? I mean, it's been a minute.
I know which one you're talking about, because I know several people who had to make several trips to Canada for enactment events.
Yeah,
but
so
I should probably get on that too. But
yeah,
thankfully
I'm very
my
excited.
passport's been updated.
I think they want. I submitted a whole bunch of things to them for possibilities of stuff for us to be doing, including magic wand dueling, fairy flash mobbing, and just a bunch of different things. And I don't know which of all of the stuff and things they're going to choose from. They did say that certainly the fairy flash mob they thought sounded very cool, as well as the wand dueling. So because they're big group activities, so those are kind of some of the big ones. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of other things that were on the list of possible things that we do when we go and do events as a court. So it's just a back and forth process of hammering out exactly what it is. But I'm very excited to kind of have a new event to add to the itinerary.
Any fairy fighting there?
Actually, I don't know. If you want me to, I can if you wanted to, for sure, it is on a Saturday, so I don't know if you can, because that's normally days that you're not necessarily available. But I can certainly put out there that if they want us to come do, sword fighting, that we can do that. So
Yeah, it'll
I don't
depend
know how
on
much
how
space.
much PTO I accrue by then.
Well, I think it also will depend on how much indoor space they have as well. Because if it's sort of like a ballroom space, I mean, I don't know what the venue is, so if it's sort of like a ballroom space, maybe not so much, with swinging swords inside. So unless we were to get everybody gathered round arena style and like put two people in the middle and be like, fight, and then have them, while everybody is cheering them on gladiator style, right? Oh yeah, see? Enhanced driver's license.
Oh,
So.
yeah.
Ooh. Anyway, it is 8:40, and so that kind of brings us around to our news article time. And this is the part where you guys talk amongst yourselves, and I read the titles of these news articles and find something to read. And go.
So,
you
get
still
to Chris
have
if you
the
want to
pink Kit Kat?
do. What's that? Oh, bring out the
I was
Kit Kat.
asking if Lady Ash still had the pink Kit Kat. No, if Lady Ash still had the pink Kit Kat.
I have not found it since we moved.
I don't know if you'd want to find it. If you find it like a year later, you're like, I don't know.
Like we moved on the 1st, and we've been unpacking and settling in, and the cats aren't fighting though, so that's good.
Oh,
That
well,
makes
that's
me
actually really good to hear.
He's not. He's actually very sweet, and he's not very aggressive. But he's been like, oh my goodness, new cat, and trying to stare them down, and they're much more good at the stare down than he is. He is. He's asleep. Let me see if I can show you. He's up there.
Yep. I like those walls. Oh, I like the color of your walls. Is that
they're like a blue color.
Oh.
It was offered we could paint them, and we decided that was a lot of work, and we didn't want to.
Okay, it's a pretty color.
So,
especially with the purple.
Yeah, I have my tapestry of dragonflies behind me.
Yeah, I've got my dragon.
I got these. Actually, they're a pretty genius invention. I saw them when I was looking at something else online on the interwebs. They are a little ring you put over your curtain rod.
Oh.
And you can attach temporarily or whatever.
Alligator clips instead, or whatever those are.
Oh, that looks really cool. How much?
And it's not a very big diameter, so you have to. I want to say like $10 for like 40 of them or something.
I want to,
maybe
it is. I think it's the magic power of yours that you managed to find like the most useful, helpful little things I never would have even known existed at all in this world. And you're like, oh, this little thing will help exactly with that. And I'm like, what would you even call that? How would you even know what?
I just looked up like curtain ring with hook or clip or something, and because I'd seen them before, so they like popped up, and I was like, wait, I need those now. And I remembered, and then I looked them up, and I had them shipped to my house, and I put my thing up. So.
Sometimes you find weird things when you're searching for other things. So
that is true.
For example, just
I have like a big bag of them still.
I found magic wand salt and pepper shakers.
Ooh.
You found magic wand salt and pepper shakers? In case the lighthouse one gets lost.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
They actually look like magic wands.
Wait.
Let's see.
Wait! I just realized that is so freaking cool, because any kind of like spell thing or whatnot you need to do with salt, you're already right there.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
Salt in your magic, bam, there you go. Wait, you want some pepper? Oh, right in the eye.
Let's see here.
Right?
Right.
No, that's terrible.
Dang.
God.
Okay, I haven't found my crown.
Be
We
gone.
looked for it earlier, and we
Please,
couldn't find it.
Yeah, and since salt was a preservative and is a preservative, be like, bacteria be gone.
Yeah.
So your anti-slug spells.
Oh, did you?
Taking so long for. There.
Oh my god! Oh, they're so cute.
That's so freaking cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're not even very expensive.
So.
Oh, they have
Nope.
different
And look,
colors.
you can get them
Click
in a
on the
bunch of
picture
different
that.
colors.
Click on the picture showing it in the hand. I image that it's very. Ooh, wait, colors? Different colors?
Black
You
and
know what? I
pink.
can only do one thing at a time now. I want to eat whatever's in that bowl.
Wait, what's it?
There you go.
Okay. For a minute, I thought it was cereal. It's like salt and pepper on cereal. What?
No, I think it's like some kind of fresh veggies.
So you shake the wand to make the stuff come out because the holes are in the middle of the star.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like you're casting
wow,
a spell. That's really cool.
You're casting delicious. Is what you're casting.
Yes.
This is true.
It's like the old
cool.
it's the old D&D spell: purify food and water 1/2.
Mm-hmm.
So, which the description was enough salt, pepper, and ketchup makes anything taste okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're super cute.
Yeah, I would love to have those in my house because they don't look like most salt and pepper shakers. They're very unique.
Do they have a
You have to have
stand?
a way to
though?
hang them or something, though. Yeah, exactly. Because there's not like how do they sit? You know.
Yeah, they need like a stand or something for them to
Or
sit
like
in.
a holster or something.
Use a cup.
I'm pretty. It looks like it is some kind of ceramic, but I'm wondering how strong that is because I could just see if you're a little too vigorous and suddenly
And it snaps.
It's like when you're shaking it from a regular salt shaker and suddenly the lid goes.
So
Then you just got a big pile of salt.
my thought on them was that like I was gonna buy them and then I stopped myself because I thought, well, what if the holes are so small? At least for the pepper. For the salt, it's probably fine. But when the holes are too small on your pepper shaker, then you're like and it just
Exactly.
I mean I love a lot of pepper, so I actually open the hole up so that the pepper just pours.
I can confirm this. She loves pepper.
Yeah.
Like I can't eat off of her plate.
Now-
It's too much.
Now, here's a wild thought I had because they have them in different colors. Get them for
Different spices.
others. You know, you get the salt and pepper one. No, for seasonings. So like, okay, this is the red pepper, or this is the garlic powder, or onion powder.
Yeah.
You know. If you really want to make your kitchen look very magical, that would be perfect.
Oh, here we are. Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for the
Yep.
Oh wow.
Articles.
Boy, the list got really long.
Sorry.
So
It's always been.
no, I mean, oh boy, it was no. I've now lost my. God damn it! I wanted this one and okay. No, article number 1. CBP, whatever that stands for. Dog sniffs out something unusual in passengers' luggage. Mummified monkeys versus the mystery of Nevada's ancient reptilian boneyard. So, right? So, if you want to hear about mummified monkeys in somebody's luggage, press number 1. And if you want to hear about Nevada's ancient reptilian boneyard, press number 2. Oh my gosh, Ion, we need to buy you a stupid timer.
No,
I the time.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
You found it?
I think I know where it's at, but I'd have to go get it.
All right. So, yes, number starting the timer now. Number 1, if you want to hear about mummified monkeys and luggage, and number 2, if you want to hear about ancient reptilian boneyard. That's it.
Speaking of monkeys, did you guys hear about the 43 research monkeys that escaped a facility in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I didn't.
They recovered. They've recovered them. There have been updates as they recover them.
Oh my goodness.
The latest batch were found eating peanut butter and
43?
jelly sandwiches
Where?
South
in
Carolina.
some kid's backyard.
Who was serving sandwiches?
Where are they eating sandwiches?
I don't know where they got the sandwiches from.
Probably the little kid.
It'd be
Little
funny
kid.
if they were smoking.
If they were,
I mean, I
they were
can
playing
understand
poker
it.
and smoking.
Yeah, like monkeys got away. They were eating out of somebody's bird feeder, but eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Who made that for them? Who was like, "Hey, monkeys are in my backyard"? What white woman?
The
was
mama
like,
monkey.
Yeah.
Mama monkey
I'm
packed
guessing
some
it's.
sandwiches
I
to the facility.
I'm guessing it's a single mom not.
I
being
just got
enough
an
to-
image. I just got an image in my head. You know, the typical reaction: you look outside. You know, you open the back door and you see a bunch of monkeys eating sandwiches, and your first thought is like, you know, in some videos you'll see people go like, "What are you doing?" And I just got an image of a monkey turns like eating a sandwich. That's what it looked like.
Mhm.
Oh, we lost
Turns
Ion.
out it is your circus and it is your monkeys.
Yep. And I
Not my
live pretty
monkeys.
close to a zoo, so I'm waiting for the day that something escapes from there and it's a sensation.
It better be a red panda.
We had those zebras on the loose in North Bend for a while.
I
Oh my
remember
gosh, I
that.
remember that. And then like people were making memes that had the zebra in it, doing a whole bunch of different things. That was
Because
good
they
times,
captured
actually. I
3
remember
of
that
them, but one was still on the loose, and it just was like living its best life as some elk.
Mhm. I
That's
like
what
the
you
ones
do.
of I
What?
like the ones
Yeah,
of the
buddy.
zebra in different locations in Seattle. Like there was one in Pike
Yeah.
Place, one outside the Needle, and there were several
saw
others
that.
too. But I love the Pike Place one.
All right.
Okay,
It looks
so let's
like
count.
number
2 is our winner. So the Mystery
boneyard?
of Nevada's ancient, reptilian boneyard. And let's
I
see
was going to vote
here.
for that as a tiebreaker if it happened.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
vote
what I
for
was going to vote
too.
for, the reptilian boneyard.
I've got a reptilian bias, admittedly.
Yeah,
Because it
you
also sounds,
House
it
Ebony
sounds
slash
so metal
Slytherin
too.
like people.
Mhm.
It sounds so metal too.
Oh,
It's like, you know, reptilian
Metal.
boneyard sounds like a metal band name.
Mhm.
An opening for
Well, it
Anthrax
actually kinda
is
does.
reptilian boneyard.
Mhm. Oh wait,
And then, of
Reptilian
course, they,
boneyard opening up tracks.
and then you'd have the follow-up band, which would be Petrified Monkey from the first article.
Is it like the petrified evil monkey
Did
from
you say
Family Guy?
Mummified
mummified
monkey.
mummified
Yeah.
monkey.
Oh, mummified.
Different from
Mummified monkey.
petrified.
Yeah. Thought you said petrified at first. I can just
Oh,
picture that
no.
evil
Opening for
monkey
reptilian
frozen
boneyard.
in that.
Mummified monkey. Whoa,
Well,
that doesn't look
I don't know
reptilian.
what
That's not what they
these
expected.
little creatures swimming around are, but they look kind of cute. So let's see. Here we go. Berlin, Nevada is a treasure of for paleontologists. Just down the road from now abandoned gold and silver mines, a rock-bound collection of bones hints at an even richer past. The Berlin
Ichthyosaur.
Ichthyosaur
Mhm.
State Park. Oh yeah, that's so easy to say. Is teeming with dozens of fossils of ancient marine reptiles. That bone bed is so abundant and weird that researchers have been scratching their heads over it for decades. There are sites with way more dense occurrences of ichthyosaur skeletons, including places in Chile and Germany, says Nick Pyansing, curator of fossil marine mammals at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. But this place, Berlin Ichthyosaur in eastern Nevada, has really escaped explanation for a long time. In one particular query, at least 7 individuals from the genus Shawnosaurus, a bloated, bus-sized dolphin with 4 limb-like flippers, lay essentially stacked atop one another. Well, that's kind of weird. Previous hypotheses largely... Huh?
A bus-sized dolphin?
Yeah. Because dinosaurs are always bigger, right? So it's like the dinosaur dolphin. So of course it's like ginormous. It's bus size.
It's similar to the Megs back in the day.
Like what kind of bus? Like a double-decker bus? Like a small short bus?
Well, this is a
Like for
quadruple decker.
bus kids bus size? I mean, there's different sizes of buses.
Charter buses.
Or
Anything
the
cheap
Airbus.
from using metric is
airplane.
what I'm learning from this article.
Bus, inaccurate metric for measuring prehistoric dolphins.
The Americans will use any measurement other than the actual measurement.
Right? Oh my goodness.
To be honest, even if it was any of those buses, it probably still is more meaningful to you than if somebody was like, it's a 35-meter dolphin or something like that. That would mean
That's
nothing.
enormous for a bus.
You're proving my point. See, 35 meters.
Anyway.
Bus size makes sense. Uh-oh.
Is eggnog sad?
Yeah.
I heard the meowing.
He's so pitiful. Oh wait, no, Fuffy. I'm trying to read an article, and you cannot be in my lap. Yeah, I know. I love you. Oh, I love you. Yeah, that's my Fuffy tail. His majestic tail.
The cat does not care.
No, he does not. Please stop stepping on all. He's literally trying to lay on whatever.
Because he doesn't watch the show.
Other kitty.
What are you? This is Brother, and Brother is a big fat fluffy boy. He's the biggest cat in the house and also the biggest chicken. Yeah. Oh, there, are you happy? Now you're laying on all my stuff and things. Okay, back to article. Previous hypotheses largely focused on physical and environmental reasons for the cluster of fossils. One suggested that the animals had gotten stranded in shallow water and died as a group some 230 million years ago. Or maybe a volcanic eruption did them in. Pyenson had another hunch. One that his team tested using 3D visualizations of the site, as well as fossils and other clues in the geological record. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. All of this is my cat is not helping me. He thinks he's helping. He's helping, not helping. Let's see. Writing in the journal Current Biology today, Pyenson's team presents evidence that the Shawnosaurs came there to reproduce. Oh, just like all of them stacked on top of each other like that? That's the team.
After 8:30, so
Maybe they're actually just part of that video game Burger Time, and they were all just swimming, and then somebody was like, broop, 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 and they just fell, like layered down on each other. So let's see. Anyway, the team concludes that the animals migrated long distances to give birth, like some whales do today. The discovery not only represents an example of convergent evolution, in which the same traits independently evolve in different species, but also the oldest example of migration in groups to a designated calving ground. They're making quite a convincing case, says Lenny Levy. Lenny Levy-Delset, a vertebrate paleontologist at the University of Oslo, Norway, who was not involved in the study. Ichthyosaurus were the first large marine tetrapods, and throughout the Triassic, is that an era? They varied quite a lot. So there was a large diversity. It's just a very interesting period of time to know more about. let's see, some 251 million. See, again, this is a thing that has no meaning. 251 million years ago, 351. It's just a long time ago. Between the Permian and the Triassic periods, Earth's biggest extinction event annihilated about 95% of all marine species. No, brother. Okay. This so-called Great Dying mowed down the diverse landscape of creatures in the ocean. Some of the animals that grew back in their place turned out to be weirder and larger than ever before, because the ocean isn't filled with weird creatures like see-through fish with little dangly eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know what that fish was called, but it's pretty weird.
Angler.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the one. The ensuing Triassic started an evolutionary arms race. Prey evolved harder shells and better mobility. Predators crunched through ammonite shells and hunted fish better than ever, and so on. Ichthyosaurs, which evolved from terrestrial reptiles into new species of various sizes, partly drove this pressure and quickly dominated the ocean. Oh, look how happy they look, though. They're like, hi, we dominate.
Yeah, until you look at those other little fish that are floating next to it, showing you the size.
I think they're gorgeous.
We need a banana for scale.
Do you guys actually want me to?
There's a
finish this
banana
article,
in there for scale already.
No, read the article. Sorry.
You do no. I mean, do you want me to actually read this whole article? Because look how long it is. I think we've solved the mystery of this thing, and we can move on to the next article.
Yeah, let's go to the next article. This is we're okay.
This was long, yeah.
Like, it keeps going forever and ever.
It's interesting. It's just
I was just so terrible of me to say this, but how they described the fact that they found those things, stacked on top of each other, and they talked about, they went here to mate. As it's starting to dry up, I say, hey guys, I think the orgy isn't quite working the way we want.
yeah.
We lost Queen.
Uh-oh.
We did lose the queen.
Maybe she'll be looking for another pair of articles while she's.
Or maybe brother did something.
Less likely.
Less likely. I don't know. He seemed pretty insistent on being on the computer.
Well, the kitten Eggnog is no longer pestering me, so maybe the kitten did something.
Eggnog may have chewed through something. Hello, welcome back, Fairy Queen Lolly.
Yay.
We missed you.
Yay!
I was like, oh boy, oh no. All right, here we go. Article number 1: Mattel, wow, the toy company, apologizes for a misprint on the Wicked doll packaging that the foreign website.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
we're trying to get them all back now.
I bet nobody
That's
wants to
one of
send those
Ion's
back.
articles.
Like, I would keep that if it's going to be worth so much money. And versus medieval chastity belts are a myth. So,
I heard of that one too.
So if you want to hear about doll packaging that links to a porn site, press number 1. And if you want to hear about how medieval chastity belts are a myth, press number 2 now. And the timer is begun. Oh.
I want to hear Article 1.
I don't think we're allowed to vote until there's a tie out in the audience.
What?
I know we don't get to vote until later, maybe. Frank, you
so that wicked thing kind of reminds me of remember the video cassette packaging for the Little Mermaid, That
Yep, with the penis.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
actually own that.
I had a
actually
You do?
poster
have-
of that as a child, and I
Yep.
still own it at my mom's house. I showed it to my mom, and she's like, "Where did you hear about
Cat
that?"
cam.
Like, look at it,
Just look at it. Like, use your
Right?
eyeballs. Like,
Right?
Where did you hear about that? I saw.
Yep. And then there's the priest at the wedding
Oh.
scene, the first wedding scene,
Yes,
and that was
also
actually
true.
drawn by somebody disgruntled after
Yep.
he left.
That was
And what
that's
did
an
he
actual
do?
one. The Lion King one is true as well. Oh, I
Mhm.
forgot I put eyeliner on. Can't rub my
Yeah.
eyes. Yeah, the Lion King one is
It's-
actual, and there's two of them where he says, "Take off your pants," and the word "sex" can be seen in the dust.
Yep.
What else is there that I'm thinking? All these naughty Disney things.
Well-
Disney has
Yeah.
quite the history, though, of
Well-
stuff like this.
Yep.
While it doesn't, it's not any subtle thing like that. Apparently, Disney buys a lot of, or gets the apparently Disney will actually buy rights to any I don't know what you'd want to call it, fan made adult
Fan art.
oriented, but yeah, well, adult oriented material, not just art, of any of their characters. And apparently new hires that do artwork, they go like, by the way, just to let you know, the artwork that you're going to be making for us, more than likely someone's going to do this with it, and will show new artists their collection of porn that Disney owns.
Yeah. You know,
And I think
for
that's wild
science.
because, yeah.
Wait, why do I have myself enlarged here? Okay, there we go. Oh my god. Oh wait, is it out? No. Look at that.
the timer's
It looks
run
like
long enough.
Bjorn, you are the only person that voted. I don't know what happened to Erwinna, but that's it. So I guess we just get to listen to whatever Bjorn wants to hear for the rest of the night. All right.
I mean, internet may have gone down again.
I see more people.
Well, he's
than
just
that
proving the
watching,
fact
but
that the
only
internet
Bjorn is
for
putting numbers
porn.
in, so. What?
Yep. Just like the Avenue Q song.
The old adage. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Is it okay to be talking about this at this hour? Just out of curiosity.
We're
8:30
at
is
9
the
o'clock
hour.
now, so
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
sometimes we
It's
talk
so-
about it before. Sometimes we talk about it before, but that's rare.
Okay.
So to give a little bit of context for this, actually, all of these are labeled as for adults. You know, I don't have anything here listed as for children at all. But YouTube tends to only monitor like the first 30 minutes to an hour of a show for, say, like extreme foul language or whatever. And then like after that, it kind of slacks off on how closely it's monitoring. So 8:30 is 1 hour into our show, and that's when I mean, we try to, of course, not go overboard, but it's, you know, a lot safer at that point in time. And plus, you know, 8:30 here is 11:30 on the left coast, and you know, in fact, it's basically 10 o'clock or later across most of the United States. And so if your kids are watching this and they're not in bed, well, that's on you.
Yeah, this is true.
Well,
That's a good point.
we tend to control ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
Riley.
Bjorn.
Ultimate power.
Oh, that hurt my side. Okay.
Oh, I can hear the kitty.
Oh yeah, his life is really hard. It's so sad for a pitiful cat. Mm,
Mother, why'd you name me Eggnog?
well, it's Michael's fault. I mean, anyway,
It
let's see.
is a cute name. Anyway, yeah.
Well, it hasn't necessarily. It still has room to change. So we could change his name. Anyway, Mattel has apologized after inadvertently directing customers. Just I can't get over it, of its new line of Wicked dolls. Like, how perfect is that? I don't think it was an accident. I think someone there was like, I'm just going to change this one thing and
Yep.
to a pornographic website stating it is taking action to remove the misprinted toys packaging. We deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this, the toy company said in a statement to CNN. Mattel has released a set of dolls ahead of the launch of the Wicked film, an adaptation of the popular Broadway musical. However, the website printed on the box of new toys intended to direct customers to movie's official landing page instead directed them to a pornographic website that shares the same name as the forthcoming movie. In its statement, Mattel said it was made aware of the issue on the weekend. It was unclear how many toys were affected by the misprint, but the company said they were The company said they were primarily sold in the United States. Those in possession of the misprinted packages are being advised by Mattel to discard them. Oh, of course they are. Don't do it.
Oh yeah.
The film starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo is to hit the U.S. theaters on November 22nd. I want to see what the toy looks like. Okay, hold on. I have a cat that is absolutely like going insane because he can't get out.
The toy is a doll of them, but it just says it directs them to go to wicked.com, which is a porn site, as opposed to wickedmovie.com.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe the studio is called Wicked Video.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to find this. Let's see. Mattel Wicked Wicked doll packaging misprint images.
Sorry.
Like open?
Probably that first one.
Wait, what?
I was going to say the first one where it shows like the back of the packaging.
Okay, let's see. This one. So the computer apparently does not want to open this. Let's see. Here we go. Here. Can you guys see this?
Yep, wicked.com.
Yep.
I really want to put that into the interwebs and see what comes up. But also I don't want to put it into I just want to be like, is it true? But I am very afraid to do that. So
yeah.
Then who knows what will show up in my algorithm after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I think Wicked.com has already reported that they have record traffic.
Yeah, I think they do.
Not surprised.
I just got an image in my head of like how it first got discovered. It's like, Mom, what's this guy and lady doing, and how can she bend that way?
Yeah, reminds me of
How'd you get stuck in the dryer?
Yep. I was reading, this was back when I was like 13 or so. I was reading a story in 17 magazine about some girl doing an iSearch project for school. and she was doing it on guinea pigs. And so naively, she typed in guineapig.com. It was not guinea pigs.
Oh,
And I
no.
was
Oh, no.
I used to work in a store that we sold knives and stuff like that. We also sold like multi-tools. Leather Man being the most popular brand. And we have a new guy helping a customer with a particular model. And as he's typing it into the computer at work, he types in Leather Men instead of Leather Man.
Oh boy, that's a whole different. Yeah.
Yes. Apparently, it was quite amusing. I wish I was there that day.
Oh my god!
So kids,
out of curiosity,
if you're
I
watching
did this
this,
while you were talking.
spelling helps.
Mm-hmm.
So $60, I guess, for the misprinted dolls. I really actually kind of like the Elphaba dolls. And by the way, it's not Glinda. Have you ever, oh my god, you people, have you ever even read the book? It's Galinda in the books. It's Glinda in the movie. Like the Wizard of Oz movie, not the Wicked movie. Sorry, I just had a little moment right there. I'm okay now.
I haven't read the books, admittedly, but in the grand tradition of things,
right there,
hardly anybody follows the book. It's being devil's advocate.
It's
$170.
I mean,
They've sold 15 of them.
Well, Gregory Maguire, who's the author of Wicked, I love I've read many of his books because I love his writing style. It's very good writing, and the stories are, he's just a very good author in my opinion. So I have liked everything I've read by him. Why would she apologize?
Well,
I'm sorry that the movie that I'm in, which has nothing to do with what Mattel does, did this thing. That doesn't make any sense. It's not her fault.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But she's more conscientious of customer satisfaction, I think.
And the fans.
As she has a bigger fan base than either the movie or the play, probably.
Let's see. All right. I'm looking. I think we have time to do one last article.
This little kitten is just hanging out in my arms.
Oh, he's eeping. He's eeping.
He doesn't know his whole head fits.
That's it. The rest of the show is just a big.
Eggnog.
I'm waiting for the day you put him in your.
You eating the Olympian gods now?
Great job, Kronos. Yeah, dick.
Yep.
Let's see. And now you guys are all totally silent.
At this size, he's mostly ears.
So cute.
He's ears and tail, not much else.
Yeah. I can't get over how cute he is.
His little long legs. He's got real long little, jacked up back legs that make it really cute when he runs.
I like it when kitties are little and like their hair is always upright and fuzzy.
I love how big his tail gets when he tries to attack me. Like he's trying to look big.
I spoke to Marcusha really bad, and his tail got like immediately, and then he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I love how essentially all cats are the same no matter what size they are. From the great cats to the domesticated cats.
And remember, a fox is cat software on dog hardware.
That's very true.
I saw this, not well, animal related, not cat related. I saw this video on Instagram. This guy is, his camera, he's moving around some furniture and he yells out this name. Hey, I think it was Buster. It's like, hey, Buster, wanted to ask you something. Where are you? And he turns around this chair, and in this doorway is his bulldog that's just kind of sitting there looking at him like this. Hey, did you want to go to Dunkin'? And just suddenly leaps up. He's things like comes over, excited, and it's like talking about. They're talking about, you sure you want to go? You're not telling me. You sure you want to go to Dunkin' Donuts? And the dog actually runs up the stairs to the doorway that goes outside, sits at the top of the stairs, is looking down at the guy like, why aren't you moving? Runs back downstairs like something's wrong with the guy. And it's, plague doctor and plague nurse.
Yep.
I have the Christmas version of those.
I want the small ones, though. I don't want the giant ones.
Yeah. I'm holding these.
The ones I have are about.
Yeah, I want that size.
There we go, American measurement again. Yeah, I have the two of those
the size of a cookie
about
jar.
this big. Yeah, I have both of those about this big. They're dressed up in Christmas finery, though, because she's got like a Christmas cape. He's got the hood and stuff. But what's really cool, I don't know if those have them too, but what's really cool is I have them side by side because he's got his lamp in one hand. She has a lamp in her other hand. And if they're on the side that doesn't have the lamps, it looks like they're holding hands.
Oh, that's very
It's kind
sweet.
of cool. Yeah. I'll have to take pictures and show because they're work because I originally bought them as a Christmas decoration for work, and they've been hanging out there.
If anyone else wants to try the pickles that are currently freezing in our fridge, I sent the link to the group chat.
For what?
For the olive pickle.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's in the chat. Okay.
Yeah. They have like a vegetable medley, and they're like really crispy vegetables that are like pickled, and they have like okra and I don't remember what. Like they have olives.
So they got other stuff besides.
Besides pickles, yes. Besides pickles.
Though they're all pickles.
Cool.
It's besides cucumber pickles, you mean?
Yeah.
There's kimchi. I think Dorian got some kimchi.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you really like fermented pickled things, you should check out that website I posted to the chat.
I will have to do that because for some reason I just suddenly got an urge for kimchi on top of steamed rice.
That's really good.
Right now.
I like spicy kimchi. If it's not spicy, it's a little bit bland.
See, maybe you can find spicy kimchi Pringles.
I'm sure those exist.
Kimchi Pringles.
I don't know. I mean, I've had some not so. Oh, did he just stuff his face in your crook of your arm? He did. That's
yeah, probably.
Eggnog is the best eggnog.
I love it when animals do that.
Lolly has gotten me
just
addicted
food
to
items
this,
that you.
This cat on the internet named Walter.
What?
Go ahead.
And I saw a little video where Walter was told.
Oh yeah, Walter the cat.
Walter, you're adopted.
You what?
Walter got told.
Yeah.
He was adopted.
Walter the orange cat. I've seen those.
I love Walter the cat.
There's another
so much.
one. There's one. Yeah. There's one I follow off of old coworker got me onto on Instagram a cat called Mr. Kitters, or either Mr. Kitters or Mr. Jitters, and all the videos are of cat, but the guy put a GoPro on it. So,
Ew! What?
and
This
there's
is a
nothing
real
else
thing?
other than
Yep. Bjorn backed me up here.
kimchi Pringles.
I
Yep.
guess I missed this part of the conversation because I was trying to find news articles, but I was looking at the list, so I missed it. But
I was explaining,
yeah,
I
I
put
would
the
drink
link
it,
to the
but
pickles that are in our fridge in the chat, and one of the things that Dorian ordered was kimchi from this All of My Pickles
Mm-hmm.
website. And then they said, are there kimchi Pringles? And apparently there are.
Mm-hmm.
so I've just
Yep.
exercised
My third
my
brother
royal
backed me up on
authority
this.
to read this article because we only have a few minutes left because I don't know, I couldn't find ones that I thought made a good pair. So this is just what we're gonna read. But also the art here is Hieronymus Bosch, who is
Ooh,
one of my favorite painters. So yeah, so everything
garden
is
of
going
earthly
wrong in this
delights.
painting. Yeah, exactly. Everything going wrong, and people with butt trumpets, and I don't know. So, historians agree 536 was the worst year to be alive. What
Sure
happened?
that wasn't 2024.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
The 6th century
Is that
boasted many
common era?
exceptional events, people, and historical contributions. The exception, however, was one year that was particularly burdened with a level of tragedy and strife most historians say has surpassed any other moment in history. 536 CE. This was the worst part of the Dark Ages.
Mm.
Calling the medieval period the Dark Ages may seem to be a bit of an exaggeration to the period overall, but scientists and historians recently determined the worst time to be alive was, in fact, during one of these so-called dark years. Across the globe, from Europe to Asia to South America, civilizations stalled as people dealt with hardships brought on by horrific natural events. Plagues, famines, and natural disasters all contributed to the challenges of 536. What is the noise that I am hearing?
These.
Oh, okay. I'm like, there's a
Neat.
loud noise.
You can hear
Let's see.
that?
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Mhm.
Anyway, living in medieval Europe was anything but easy, and the 6th century appeared exceptionally difficult to survive. Don't worry, though. About 100 years later, everything recovered as best it could. A fog descended upon Europe and the Mediterranean and lasted for months. Byzantine historian Procopius served
Mhm.
as military advisor to Belisarius, one of the Byzantine Empire's most distinguished generals. Procopius accompanied Belisarius on his campaigns in Persia during the 520s and again in Sicily in 536. He wrote about a portent that took place that year. For the sun gave forth its light without brightness, like the moon, during this whole year, and it seemed exceedingly like the sun in an eclipse, for the beams it shed were not clear, nor such as it accustomed to shed. And from the time when this thing happened, men were free, neither from war nor pestilence, nor any other thing leading to death. All roads lead to death. He wasn't the only source to mention the darkness of 536. Michael the Syrian, a Byzantine scribe, wrote that the sun was eclipsed for 18 months. For 3 hours in the morning, it would give light, but a light that resembled neither day nor night. And then, with darkness came widespread famine. The effect of the extended darkness on agriculture in 536 was proved ruinous. Without the sun, crops wouldn't grow. The temperature of the earth dropped between 1.6 degrees and 2.5 degrees Celsius, and civilizations around the world struggled to produce enough food to survive. Michael the Syrian described the landscape. During that year, fruit did not reach the point of maturity, and all the land became as though transformed into something half alive or like someone suffering from long illness. A plague swept through the Byzantine Empire. A lingering cloud of dust was not the only issue that made 536 such a bad year. Procopius mentioned a pestilence that followed the darkness of 536, and Michael the Syrian wrote about the ruin that ran through the Byzantine Empire. An unprecedented plague ensued, which began in Constantinople, where the first day 5,000 people perished. The next day, 10,000, and the third day, 15,000. The fourth, 18,000 figures reported by auditors that the emperor had placed at the gates of the city. They counted up to 300,000 people and then left off counting. Wow, that is a lot of people.
Medieval epidemiology. I love it.
No one was immune, as it first attacked the
Nope.
poor class of the population, then the merchants and the nobility, including the imperial palace. The symptoms began with a sore that formed in the palm of the hand and progressed until the inflicted one could not take a step. The legs swelled, then the buboes burst and pus came out. Ugh. And here we have the bubonic plague. The presence of the plague in Constantinople meant the city began to stink from the unburied, and so they, the dead, were thrown into the sea, but the bodies kept resurfacing. The Emperor Justinian ordered them to be removed from the city, but often the bearers themselves were felled by disease in the street. Furthermore, it even happened that someone would enter a deserted house and gather up its treasure to take, but would end up not making it out alive at the door on the way out. Things became even worse when other parts of the empire, within other parts of the empire, however. The plague spread to Egypt, where one city was wiped out in this manner. Only 7 men and a boy remained alive there. As they wandered around the city, suddenly the 7 men were felled on the spot. And the lad saw the angel of God. What, in Egypt? In the guise of an old man. Seeing the child weeping, the angel removed him from the city and said, "Go now and weep not, for this punishment is the payment for heresy and sin." I just feel like that in Egypt.
Heresy.
So let's see. Summer snow reportedly fell in China and Mesopotamia. Around 536, the climate in China underwent some odd changes of its own. The Nanxi, a 6th century chronicle, reported a yellow ash-like substance falling from the sky. The exact composition of the material remains unclear, but accounts describe it as dirt or dust that could be scooped up in handfuls. The substance appeared 3 times during the late 530s. The following year, Chinese chronicles indicated snow during the summer months. The chronicles of the southern dynasties reported frost in midsummer with snow in August, which ruined crops in the Qingzhou and other provinces. The result was widespread famine that lasted for about 2 years and resulted in a loss of roughly 80 to 80% of the population. Jesus, that is so many people.
Who pissed off Mab that year?
Yeah, no kidding. Additional reports of frost and snow in Mesopotamia.
Wow. That's a first.
Also turned up during the summer of 536, and the winter was a severe one, so much so that from that large and unwanted quantity of snow, the birds perished.
Somebody really pissed her off then.
Holy smokes. Okay, I'm not going to read all of these, but here we go. Scandinavians abandoned entire cities. Let's see. But the dust veil of 536. So it seems like there was dust everywhere. Are we sure that there wasn't just like a massive volcanic explosion? Yeah. Prior to the ice core, evidence about the eruption of 536 theorists believe a possible meteor strike brought on such. Also, Irish chroniclers describe widespread bread shortages. Well, gee, no wonder when the crops don't grow because there's no sun. Let's see. People grow confused and fearful of the darkened skies. Let's see. Strange has been the course of the year thus far. We have had winter without storms, a spring without mildness, and a summer without heat. Whence can we look for harvest, since the months which should have been maturing the corn have been chilled by Boreas? How can the blade open? If rain, the mother of all fertility, is denied to it? These two influences, prolonged frost and unreasonable drought, must be adverse to all things that grow. The seasons seem to be all jumbled together, and the fruits, which were wont to be formed by gentle showers, cannot be looked for from the parched earth. The middle air is thickened by the rigor of snow and rarefied by the beams of sun. Subsequent volcanic eruptions only made things worse. Dang, this is a rough few years. The events
This
of
is describing the
536
worst year, right?
Yep, 536.
likely sealed the fate of the Roman Empire. What? This is like 110 years too late. What are we talking
Right.
about?
It fell in 476 officially.
So yeah, I'm like, I'm pretty sure, but let's see. The under
Well, but
leadership of
there were
this,
several Roman cities that survived, right? So
Yeah. Goth supremacy.
the
all
Peruvian
Visigoth.
Mochi
Mhm.
civilization reportedly suffered in 536 as well. The Mochi civilization once dominated the western coast of South America, contributing to the cultural and economic heritage of the region. The Mochi were avid fishermen and mastered irrigation to grow various crops, including beans and corn. Agricultural commerce supported settlements, blah, blah, blah about stuff. Massive floods and heavy rains destroyed irrigation networks, making it impossible to grow enough food to feed the population. Famine and climate chaos combined with ineffective leadership and the Mochi. Oh, does that sound familiar? And the Mochi never again achieved their earlier strength. Let's see.
I'm sorry, I thought you said monkey civilization.
I said Mochi.
Monkey.
I don't know how it's actually supposed to be pronounced, so I said Mochi.
Sorry.
Let's see. A group of scholars analyzed the evidence in 2018. Let's see. Professors found volcanic tephra from an Icelandic volcano in ice core samples from Swiss glaciers. Coincidentally, the samples dated back to 536. This confirmed that a volcanic event that shot ash through the northern European atmosphere and spread around the world, triggering a global crisis.
That makes sense.
Figurines, reveal how much the climate impacted the environment. Let's see. Ice samples, things improved about a century later. Jesus.
Yep.
That's a pretty long time.
That would do it.
Weirdly gruesome ancient deaths that wouldn't happen today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, his eyes are not okay. Just
it's a different article.
Senebke, the pharaoh chopped up with axes. Okay. Let's see. He suffered a vicious end. His tomb was found in 2014, and when his body was analyzed, his skeleton was found to have 18 wounds on the skull, back, and elsewhere. It's likely he was attacked while on horseback and then hacked with an axe or many axes when he hit the ground. Emperor Galba's head was used as a soccer ball.
Not head. You mean it's head ball and not football?
That's right. Let's see. He was beheaded by rebellious troops who brought the head to the camp of his foes. It was mocked and kicked around. Sicilian tyrant Polaris was roasted alive in his own bronze bull. I think I've heard this story, actually.
Ooh.
Dang. People so mad. Overthrown, said to have been burned in the same bowl where he tormented his victims. Oh, wow. What was it? He would lock his foes in a giant bronze bowl. Oh, and then set fire. And so they just slowly roasted. Oh, can you imagine? What a terrible death. Sigurd the Mighty was killed by a
I've heard
severed
about that
head.
one.
What? Let's see. Sigurd the Mighty was the second Viking Earl of Orkney and led the Viking conquest of what is now northern Scotland. Bizarrely, he was killed by the severed head of his enemies, who he had slain in arranged combat. The pair agreed to meet for combat, each with 40 men, but Sigurd showed up with twice that many men and slaughtered the Scots. Eager to make the Scottish leader an example, Sigurd strapped male Brigt's head to a saddle as a trophy for conquest. But as he rode, male Brigt's distinctive buck teeth grazed against his leg, or in some legends bit him, opening a wound The gash became infected with a pestilence from the head, and Sigurd perished of blood poisoning. Ew.
And he had no alcohol
Yeah,
on
it
him,
was
I gather.
basically. Yeah, it was talking about because of the fact that a human's mouth is incredibly nasty
Yeah.
or whatnot.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Attack while taking
human
the
mouths
lead.
are gross anyway, even when they're alive.
Oh my God! Go back up to that one of the bus there, real quick. Keep going. Yeah, I figured that's the look he has on his face. They came in on him while he's peeing. It's like that's the look. Like really,
Just don't stop peeing. Just turn
Really?
around and fight.
Oh yeah,
no,
just
that's it. Just stare
Like he's getting
them while you're taking a leak.
Wow.
let's see. Jovian
Oh
was
wow, he didn't reign
succeeded
too
by
long.
a charcoal fire. Emperor Tiberius perished
Maybe.
twice. Well, that's a feat. Let's see. The cruel, gloomy, and paranoid Tiberius was so hated by the end of his reign that the people rejoiced when his passing was announced. But Tiberius awoke soon after, leading his successor, Caligula, to have a guard smother him with a pillow. Supposedly, another round of rejoicing broke out. Yeah, and then they got Caligula.
Yeah.
Let's see. Greek legislator Draco was suffocated by cloaks. Athenians eager to honor their lawgiver threw
I heard
so many
about that.
cloaks on Draco that he suffocated. Oh, whoops! Accidental death.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hungarian rebel leader Georgi Doza was eaten by his comrades. What? Okay. He was captured and killed by torture, made to wear a hot iron crown, and wounded with pliers that ripped his flesh, that was then force-fed to his accomplices. After this, he was burned alive, some say on a hot iron throne.
Mm.
Emperor Valerian was force-fed molten gold.
Viserys, essentially.
Oof.
Let's see.
Crown for king.
Bela the First, the king literally slain by his own throne. His reign didn't last long as he perished when his wooden throne collapsed and he was gravely injured. That dude's got a nose.
Mm-hmm.
He died of a
Penguin.
melon overdose. Like he ate too many watermelons. What?
Did he try to swallow it whole?
I don't know. He died not. Okay, wait. Has it that the 1471 passing of Pope Paul II occurred due to the pontiff's excessive eating habits, specifically death brought on by devouring 2 huge melons. He had died not from melons, but as a result of injuries he sustained while being sodomized by a page.
Oh.
How did we get from he died by eating 2 huge melons to no, it was actually sodomy? Because those things are so close, so alike, right? That
there's official stories, and then there's what actually happens.
Was he sodomized by the
Yeah.
melon?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, by the owner of the melons, Candy.
Well, I'm going with sodomized by a page because, well, a pope. So,
yep.
Let's see.
More melon.
Pyrrhus, the great general, ended by a roof tile. Let's see. While settling a dispute in the city of Argos, he was in combat with a local soldier in the streets. An old woman, perhaps the soldier's mother, threw a heavy tile at Pyrrhus from the rooftop, which landed on his head. He was then decapitated by the enemy soldier. Well, dang. King Henry I
knew about that one. Henry the First and the eels.
His end came not from war or murder, but thanks to a more common ailment, food poisoning. Specifically, he ate too many lamprey, a delicacy of the time. Lamprey, delicacy of the time. Okay.
I love those things.
Yeah, it's a type of eel.
Mm-hmm.
Roman usurper Johannes was paraded on a donkey after his hands were cut off. Emperor Galerius died from What?
Ow!
Now, maggots
No,
eating
no,
his
no,
genitals?
no, no.
It's a terrible way to go.
Ew, and look at his face. What is going on here? I don't know.
Looks like they ate his nose too.
Galerius was a staunch warrior and helped to end the persecution of the Christians in the Roman Empire. He likely also perished. One of the most gruesome ends in Roman history, expiring thanks to bowel cancer, Fournier gangrene,
Yep.
or a combination of the two. What is
I was gonna guess
Fournier
that there was
gangrene?
some necrotic tissue involved.
A form of flesh-eating bacteria that specifically attacks the genitals, quickly destroying the tissue and often leading to death. Ew! How do you even get that? Let's just not go there. Let's see.
I'd want to die too.
James II of Scotland, blown up by his own cannon, and that was the last one. Well, there you go. Okay, so now I've gone over the time a little bit because I fell down the rabbit hole of weird and terrible deaths.
It was interesting. Thank you.
Was. What happened to Lady Ash? She left us in the meantime.
She had to go to bed.
Oh, I was very focused. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us this evening. And just a little reminder, we are doing the food drive. So please donate the foods and get the receipt so that your Academy house can get credit. And that will be going all the way to the end of the month. You get 10% off any of your purchases at one purchase at Fairy Apothecary for your donation. And then today's Wednesday. Coming up on Friday, we are having sword practice at Cowan Park at 7 p.m. up here in the Emerald City, which is Seattle for all you Mondays out there. And Mistress Catheris will be leading our sword practices. So I think with all that said, my birthday is coming up. So everybody in the world is invited to come and be out there with us. Dress up, look awesome, come take pictures on the ferry go round, and also flash mob with us on the pier. Hopefully I will get to see many of your beautiful faces. And I think with that said, does anybody else have anything before I push the magical end button?
Nope.
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 No kitten in your arms there, Ion?
No, he was starting to wake up, so I set him down before he clawed the heck out of my arms.
Yeah, when he wakes up after a nap, it's crazy kitten pants for a while. So, all right, you guys, love you all, and we will see you next Wednesday. And good night and good luck, folks. Or something like that. Yes.
Hello and welcome to Fae Productions. We hope you enjoyed our show with your host, Fairy Princess Ollie. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you had fun with our Fae crew. Don't forget to click that little bell icon to get notifications of upcoming shows. And if you're looking to support your fellow Fae, fly on over to our Patreon, links below.